Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24. As today we get on the second half of the season post All-Star break, and we got some stuff to cover before we get into our first game, so we'll hop right into it. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. Our first series is a home 3-game stand against the Rangers. We will actually sim that series. Before we get there, there's some big trades to cover in the All-Star break. The Marlins, in one of the biggest trades of the season so far, acquire Evan Phillips from the Dodgers. The Marlins go out and get a pretty bona fide, solid closer from a playoff contender. So the Marlins not done chasing the playoffs. They give up third baseman Jake Berger, who could help the Dodgers offense immediately. He's had a pretty okay season with the Marlins. And they also get A.J. Puck to help out the relief pitching. So, very interesting trade between two playoff contenders. The other one you saw, the Diamondbacks, they see the Dodgers make a move. They make a move themselves. They go out and get Andres Munoz from our division rival in the Seattle Mariners. Having a down year is Munoz, but still a very high-velocity pitcher. And they give up Christian Mana as the key piece in this trade. Mana is one of the top prospects in baseball. He's listed at number 89 on the top 100 list. So, two interesting trades to begin. They also give up Edgar Gonzalez, a right fielder who I feel like could play in the majors really, really soon. We lose game one of the series against the Rangers 11-4 as we unfortunately couldn't get enough going offensively to counteract their pitching. Kyle Freeland, another rough start for him. His time in the rotation could be coming to a close soon. We lose game two as well 12-5, so not good pitching series as Miley and Miller get crushed. Another trade, the Braves are going to acquire Jacob Junis for a handful of prospects from the Red Sox. So they add to their starting pitcher depth. He could also double as a long reliever. We also start signing our draft picks. We get our first signing in Jason McFarland. So I just want to show you if we sign all of those guys. So that's the first one. We get some bad news then in the third game against the Rangers. Nick Allen, season could be done. He breaks his hand. That's 1 to 2 months. And then we lose game 3, 8-1. So we get swept by the Rangers right out of the gate, giving up over 30 runs in 3 games. Paul Blackburn, 6 in an inning and a third. Not a good pitching performance for the A's rotation. But here's a look at Allen, having arguably his best season up to this point. And it unfortunately comes to an end. To fill the roster spot, we're going to call Seth Brown back up from the minors. So he'll be back with the ball club. As we take a look at our first game of today's action, we're going home for the first time post All-Star break to host the 53-46 Houston Astros. We now sit 44-57 on the season. As the Astros, they went 1-2 in their first series, losing 2 of 3 to the Angels in the division. We'll see J.P. Sears on the mound for the A's. It'll actually be the battles of J.P.'s. More on that in a moment. As Jose Altuve, running a 16-game winning streak, hitting streak, will lead off for the Astros as he will begin by popping up to left center to Jacob Wilson. And we'll take a look at this Astros lineup. Pretty solid lineup, to say the least. Definitely in the top 5 in the American League. We'll see Corey Yolks up next at third base. Yordan Alvarez in left. Kyle Tucker in right. Yainer Diaz behind the plate. Chas McCormick, your DH. Jose Abreu at first. Jeremy Pena at short. And Jake Myers in center. Yolks up next, starting in place of McMahon, who's getting the day off. And he'll hit this one deep to left center, where it will also be called by Jacob Wilson. Going to bring up Alvarez up next. First pitch to him. Liner right up the middle, but playing there is Hernandez. Nice 1-2-3 inning for Sears. He's going up against the other JP France of the Houston Astros, not having the best of seasons as well. So both JPs could really use a win here today. Gio Urshela, the former Tiger, will lead off for the A's, and he has a 1-1 pitch, and he'll pop a cutter into center field, where it will be tracked down over by Alvarez. And we'll take a look at the A's lineup today. Need them to step up after getting swept by the Rangers. We'll see Wilson up next in left field, followed by Soderstrom, our all-star, in right. Noda at first base, Zach Geloff at second, Logan Davison, your DH, Dale Hernandez at short, Shea Langeliers at catcher, and Seth Brown getting the start in center field. Jacob Wilson up next with a 3-1 pitch, and the rookie will hit this one into right field for a base hit. He's done pretty good since getting called up to the majors. So he's at first base now for Tyler Soderstrom as he rips the first pitch fastball to right field, and it clears the wall. A 2-run homer for Tyler Soderstrom, a Soder pop to right field, as we've come to see. 19th of the season for Soderstrom. He was our lone All-Star this year, and it's not because we needed an All-Star representative, It's because he deserved it. Soderstrom has been amazing for us. Now 2-0 in favor of the A's as Noda gets a great pitch to hit with an 0-1 count up next. And he hits this one into the gap and bounces it over the wall. So the inning not over yet. 1 out, runner on first, or on second for Geloff, who grounds this one over to third. Yolks will knock it down, but Noda's going to get caught in a pickle. Bad base running gets him at second base. That'll bring up Davidson now with 2 down. He's going to flare this one to left, and it will be caught anyway. And that'll end the first, but after a 2-0 lead. We'll stay with the A's bottom 5 now as Hernandez leads off as he's going to flare this one at 2 center as both pitchers settling into this ball game. Langoliers up next will draw a walk, so he'll take first base. And that'll bring us to Seth Brown, who's gotten the call back up to the majors. It's been a very forgetful 2025 for him at both levels that he's played at. 0-1 pitch to him. He turns on a fastball, but gets a little underneath it. Shallow right field. Easy catch for Tucker for the second out. To the top of the lineup we go. Urshela hitless today. Won't be anymore. Flares this one to right field for a base hit. So 2 out, 2 on now. And that'll bring up the rookie Jacob Wilson in a big spot. Full count pitch to him, and he'll look at ball 4. So bases loaded, 2 down for Tyler Soderstrom, the guy you want at the plate in this situation. Can our all-star really break this game wide open? He has an 0-2 pitch from France, and he strikes out on a nice cutter. We leave him loaded. A chance to extend the lead, we do not. So we go top 7. J.P. Sears, who's pitched a perfect game essentially to this point, will then give up a bomb to right field as Yordan Alvarez will crush this one for the first run of the day for the Astros. 22 home run of the season for now the 3-time All-Star, named to his 3rd appearance this season. And the 2021 playoff MVP will trot around the bases. It's now 2-1 in favor of the A's. Kyle Tucker up next will then ground this one over to Geloff as Sears looks to bounce back after getting up his first run. Diaz now 0-1 to him. Up the middle, that's going to be a base hit into center field. And now the tying runs aboard for Chas McCormick. 1-0 pitch, runner's going to try to steal second. He does, so Diaz on now in scoring position for the designated hitter. He will draw a walk, so that'll put the runner on first, so the stolen base doesn't matter as much. This is 2 down for Jose Abreu. The former MVP steps into the batter's box. And a big spot. 0-1 pitch to Abreu. Inside. Hit to center field. Brown is back. He'll make the grab. They will not test his arm. So the runner will stay at second now. 2 down. Jeremy Pena. And he'll hit this one to shallow right field. Soderstrom in, and he'll make the grab. So the A's will hold on to the lead as we go into the next inning. Justin Verlander now in relief for the Astros, the 3-time Cy Young Award winner and 2011 AL MVP, embracing his new role with the club. His first batter is Hernandez, and he'll get him a strikeout on the high fastball. 8-hole hitter now Langoliers, 2-2 pitch to him. Chopper over to second, fielded by Altuve, and he will throw him out at first base. Quick 2 down now from Verlander. That brings up Seth Brown. He gets a fastball. He'll flare it to left, and Verlander gets a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll go top 8 where Sears' day will end. 7 innings, 1 earned is not bad at all. And that'll bring in Lucas Erceg trying to hold it here in the 8th as he begins by giving up a single to Jake Myers. Erceg's been great this year, only 1 earned run given up in just over 9 innings pitched. But he gives up a base hit, and then Geloff with a great play, but they can't get the runner. So despite the effort, Erceg gives up 2 singles, and now in some trouble. Yolks then hits this one to right. Soderstrom will field it, comes up firing, and the play will not be in time. The Astros tie it at 2. Erceg blows the lead. Still nobody down as well for Alvarez, who rips this one to right. Thankfully, we were playing deep. That will tag the runner, though, to third, so the first outs will move the runner up. Now the Astros 90 feet from taking the lead, and it'll be Tucker. Laser to left. Wilson will field it. They'll test his arm. He comes up firing. It's a great throw, but it's not in time, and Houston will take the lead 3-2 off the back of a couple of sac flies, and that'll do it for Erceg. Tony Santillan, the former Royal, will then come in relief. 1-2 pitch to the next batter, and he gets Diaz to strike out. But the Astros gain a lead here in the 8th. So going to the bottom half of the inning, Tyler Wells now takes the mound with a lead, trying to set up their closer in the 8th inning. We'll start off with Urshela, who gets a fastball down and away, and he pops it up into right field. Easy out for Kyle Tucker. How about Jacob Wilson? He's got 1 hit today. Full count pitch to him. He's going to lace this one up the middle. Altuve will not get to it. Second base hit. Third time reaching base for Wilson today. Good day for the rookie. Soderstrom up next. 2-2, and he can't check his swing in time. That would have been a ball. But he goes around for strikeouts in the second out. Noda then perfectly times a pitch. Hits this one into the gap, and with 2 outs, the runner is going up against the wall. Jacob Wilson will round third, and the A's will tie it right back up at 3. Thanks to the second double of the day for Ryan Noda. So now Wells trying to preserve a tie as he gets Geloff to strikeouts. And we'll go into the 9th inning. Tony Santillan will stay on the mound for the Athletics as he gives up a leadoff hit from Chaz into center field. Abreu now up next. Full count pitch. Tries to turn on one. Hits it high. Deep to left field. It's got some carry. Wilson with an effort, and it won't matter. A 2-run homer for Jose Abreu. And the Astros have regained the lead. Just scrapes over the wall. But it's 2 runs for Abreu. His 12th home run of the season. Astros now lead 5-3. Next batter will be Jeremy Pena. Gets a 2-1 pitch. And he'll also hit this one high and deep to left field. Wilson again at the wall. Gives it another effort. And again he comes up empty. A solo home run for Jeremy Pena. His 10th of the season as the Astros go back-to-back. Off the bat of the 2022 World Series MVP, and the Astros quickly are back to a 3-run lead, dominating what's been a close game so far. We'll bring in Brevia here in the 9th a little bit later, not because it's a closing situation, but we need the final line of the inning, and he'll get Corey Julks to do just that. Lines out to left, busy inning for Wilson. As we'll bring us to the bottom of the 9th, now Brian Abreu, the reigning AL reliever of the year, in for the save, looking for his 33rd of the season. He's got a 3-run cushion as he begins by getting Logan Davison to fly out to left field. That's the first out. Dale Hernandez now up next. 2-2. Looks at strike 3. Slider right there. Can't pull the trigger. The game comes down to Shea Langoliers. He gets the first pitch. Pops it up into right field. And Tucker will have enough time to make the play. And the Astros will win game 1 of this 3-game set by a final score of 6-3. Tough one for the A's because they led most of the game. I mean, they had the 2-run homer in the first, but then didn't really do anything offensively since then. And the pitching, specifically the bullpen, could not handle it. And we lose this one 6-3. The pitching continues to be a struggle spot post All-Star break. And we'll see if we can fix that down the stretch. But tough loss here as we drop another one. Here's play of the game will be Abreu for the Astros as he hit the go-ahead home run in the 9th inning. Get another trade. The Cardinals will add some more catching depth as they get Caro and Kelly. Now, we want to make a move ourselves. We look at the waiver wire. There's a guy on there, Adam Frazier, who's 33 years old. He's not a future of this team, but I mean, might as well take a shot. I mean, he's a veteran who's hit pretty well. He's not on a contract past this season. So I thought, why not put a claim on Adam Frazier? He can add some depth and especially some utility to our offense. We go to sign some more draft picks, including our 4th overall pick, Charlie Rowe, and he will sign $5.8 million. So our top pick this season is going to be with the team. We signed our 4th rounder, Kirby Ladd, the lefty starting pitcher, to a contract as well as 5th round starting pitcher, Elliot Gagnon, to a contract. So we get a couple of guys locked up. We claim Adam Frazier off waivers from the Royals, so he'll be added for some depth around the infield and outfield. And with the roster spot, we'll send Seth Brown back down to AAA. Go into game 2 of the series. We win this one 5-4, so we get a victory as Jacob Wilson had 2 home runs in this game. He had his first career home run and decided to hit his second as well. A good game for him to remember. Another trade, the Guardians are going to acquire Kerry Carpenter from the Tigers for a handful of prospects. They get a nice bat from their division rival in Detroit, who are clearly rebuilding for the future. Then in game 3, the swing game, we lose 8-4. Pitching blows it for us again. Pena had a good game for them. We got to Valdez early, but unfortunately given up late as Mason Miller and Chris Martin were the culprits. One more trade before we get into the second half of this episode. Hector Neris to the Guardians for Tyler Freeman. So the Guardians will continue to add to their roster, looking to make a playoff push, which will really help, while the Cubs get a nice infield bat who's still young, hasn't worked out in Cleveland, but could get a new home in Chicago. Second half of the episode, we'll head out to Minnesota to face the Twins for a 3-game set. Minnesota, too, is a tough team. They sit 59 and 46 on the season. They're 4-3 since the All-Star break, and we're on the road, and we have not looked good since that same span. We'll see the former Philly, Jeff Hoffman, on the mound for the Twins. He signed a 2-year, $14.5 million contract this past all season, and he's been all right since then. Gio Urshela will lead off like he usually does for us, and he'll begin by popping up into left field, where this one will be caught. And we'll take a look at our lineup today. Not much change from the last time we saw this team. Rooker is back in center field, though, and we will get our first look at Frazier in an Athletics uniform. He is playing left field today. You can take a look. Geloff up next. All the way Soderstrom, Noda, Rooker, Frazier, Langeliers, Davidson, and Hernandez. Geloff up to the 2 spot in today's lineup. He will ground out to a short for the second out of the inning. Going to bring up Soderstrom up next. So 1 pitch up the middle, and Soderstrom will get a base hit. He does such a good job of just getting on base. Every single time his average gets below 200 or 300, we bring it right back up. Noda will then strike out on a splitter, so 0 in the first for Hoffman. Then we'll bring out Wade Miley to the mound. He's had a very good season for us since signing a 1-year deal from Milwaukee. Don't know if he'll be on the team that much longer, though. Manuel Margot will lead off for the Twins, who are rocking their City Connects today, and he will start by singling into right field. They'll bring up Correa up next, 2-2 pitch, and he'll sky this one deep to left center field. Rooker on his horse. He will get there as he tracks it down for the first out. And we'll take a look at this Twins lineup today. We've already seen Margot. We've seen Correa up next. We'll see Royce Lewis, who's hit a lot of home runs this year in the American League, followed by Eduardo Julian, who leads the team recently in his last 10 games, hitting .289. Matt Wallner in right field, Vinny Pasquantino in DH, Garrett Cooper at first, Zach Bean in left, and Christian Velasquez behind the plate. Here is Royce Lewis, who's in the top of the American League section in home runs. He hits a deep one to right, but Soderstrom will field it for the second out. Going to bring up Julian up next, who's been very good in his past 10, but he'll pop this one out to deep center. Rooker again on his horse. He'll track this one down. That'll end the first. Unfortunately for Hoffman, he was tired coming into this game. I'm not sure how much rest he got, but he only goes like a little over an inning. Chris Stratton will then come in relief in the third, and he'll stay in the fourth. And he'll begin by giving Soderstrom a shot down the right field line, as he will get his second base hit of the day. A leadoff double in the top of the fourth. We'll bring up Noda up next. First pitch to him. He chops this one over to second. That will move the runner up to third as he grounds out. For Brent Rooker in the 5 spot today. First pitch to him. He gets a fastball right down the middle. His bread and butter. He hits this one into right center. It will be caught, but Soderstrom will try to tag on it, and the throw will not be in time as the A's get the first run of the day on a sac fly. Here's Adam Frazier, who was out in his first at-bats. In his second at-bat, he'll rip a fastball into right field. Frazier playing left field today, can play all over the diamond. He keeps the inning alive for Shea Langeliers, who walked in his first at-bat. He'll do the same here. So the inning not over yet. There's 2 on now for Logan Davidson, who popped up back in the third. 1-2 pitch to the DH, and he'll hit this one out to left, and it's going to drop for a base hit in front of the left fielder Margot, and that'll be actually a run. So the A's now up 2-0, and runners on the corner still. A 2-out rally here. Hernandez up next. He draws a walk, so bases loaded for Gio Urshela in the top of this lineup. Stratton not having a good inning. Urshela yet to get a hit today, but a prime spot here. He's got himself a full count pitch, and he'll draw a walk, which will score a run. Stratton losing command. Is 3-0 Athletics off the free walk. Geloff up next, first pitch. He's swinging, and he's putting this one in the gap. Geloff hits it to the wall. That is going to be a bases-clearing double. The A's now up 6-0, with 5 of those coming with 2 outs. Geloff with his 22nd double this season. That'll do it for Stratton, as Josh Stallmont will then come in for the former Royal, looking to just stop any sort of gushing that this inning has caused. He can't get it against Soderstrom, though. He walks him, so that'll bring up Noda again, and he'll chop this one over to second, and that will end the fourth. And after the A's put up a 6 spot. We'll go bottom 4 to see if the Twins can answer that, as Royce Lewis back up at the dish. He'll ground out to begin. Wade Miley's pitched very good in his past few starts. He's got another quality start here as he strikes out Julian on the cutter going away. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Matt Wallner, who did double back in the second. One of the few hits the Twins have in this ball game. He faces a 3-1 hitters count, and he will hit this one into center field, but Rooker will be there. So the Twins, they're scoreless through 4. It's turned into a blowout. Zach Jackson will come in relief in the 6th after Miley goes 5 strong innings, looking for some work to get that ERA back down. He starts the 6th inning by getting Vasquez to ground out to Geloff. That's a good start. Back to the top of the lineup. How about Margot? 2-1 to him, and he's going to pop this one up into shallow center. Geloff will make that play, an easy 2 down. Can Correa get a base hit here? 0-1. Hit through the right side of the infield. He will. Slider gets hung, and the 2015 AL Rookie of the Year will capitalize. Royce Lewis now up next. This one high and deep into right field. And close to the wall will be Soderstrom, but plenty of space. The Twins still scoreless through 6. Justin Topa will then come in relief for the home squad. 4.03 ERA through his 49 appearances. He has the top of the 7th, and he begins it with Geloff turning on a pitch, but flaring it out to left field, although that one had more carry than that. Tyler Soderstrom up next, who's 2 for 2 on the day. He'll record his first out here, sky high into center field. That'll be the second out. Then Noda up next, 1-2. We'll chop this one over to third. A nice 1-2-3 inning in the 7th for Justin Topa. We'll say top 8, though. Brent Rooker will begin this inning at the dish as he hits this one to right field, and that one's going to get down for extra bases. Wallner gave it a good effort, but Rooker with a leadoff double. I'd love to see that more out of him. As on the season, that'll record his 11th double. Frazier now up next, got 1 hit today. He's going to ground this one over to first. That'll move Rooker up to third with 1 away. Good spot here for Langoliers. 3-2. He draws a walk. Good eye. His runners on the corners now for Logan Davidson. He's already driven in 1 run today in that 6th inning or a 6-run frame. He gets a 2-2 pitch here, and he's going to drive in another. This one fading towards the gap and down. Runners are also going. Langoliers is going to score as well. Davidson wants 3, and he will get it. A 2 RBI triple for the young man from Clemson University. It's 8-0 Athletics. Hernandez up next. Will ground this one right back to the pitcher for the second out. Runner will stay at third for Gio Urshela, who will single into right field and drive him in. That's the 9th run of the day for the Athletics, as they have taken a commanding blowout lead here in the Twin Cities. Stephen Okert, the lefty, will then come in relief trying to get this final out of the inning. He'll have to do it against the 2-hole hitter Geloff, who had a very big 3 RBI double earlier, but he'll just fly out here to end the 8th. So the 9-run lead will go into the bottom of the 8th now. Chris Martin, the former Red Sox, who's on the trade block, mind you, he's going to come in and just try to shut this one down. We'll try to get 2 innings out of him as he begins this one with Garrett Cooper popping up into foul territory for the Chicago Cub to get the first out. Back Bean up next, he swings through a fastball, 2 down now for the Twins. Christian Vasquez 3-2. He rips this one into left center. This one's got some carry, and it's going to hit off of the wall. 107 off the crack of the bat. That's going to be a 2-out double for the Twins catcher, and I'll send it to the top of the lineup. Margot going to try to keep the inning alive. 0-1. Pop up into right field. 8 scoreless for the A's pitching staff. Much needed performance from him. Martin will stay in the 9th. He'll give up a leadoff crushing shot to Carlos Correa. As you can see, the fans have kind of fell out of this one, as that'll be gone. Nice season of Correa, hitting over 300. He just hit his 14th homer of the season, so at least the Twins will get on the board and make it look a little bit better, 9-1. But unfortunately for Minnesota, that is all they will get. The A's take a dominant Game 1 here in Minnesota. Final score 9-1. They ride that 6-run 4th to a victory. The bats looked good. The pitching was very good. It was nice to see, taking out a very formidable Minnesota Twins squad. Only gave up 6 hits, 1 earned, 9 runs, 10 hits for the A's. Miley will get his win. Stratton will get the loss, and we will take game number 1. Player of the game will go to Wade Miley. 5 strong innings from him as we take the first game. We'll go back to prospects after this one. How about Barry Bonds? Yes, the A's are going to sign up Barry Bonds. No, not the Barry Bonds you're thinking of. Our prospect, a relief pitcher, he signs his deal. We lose game 2, 6-3. Soderstrom goes deep for his 20th, but again, the pitching will blow it late in this one. And after this game, we're going to make another roster move. Daniel Susac, in my opinion, I think he's ready for the majors. He's been improving. He's hitting .286 in AAA. So we're going to allow him next episode to make his major league debut. He gets the call up to the A's organization, another young bat in the lineup. We're going to send down Carlos Perez. He has to clear waivers to make a room spot for him. I don't think anybody will claim him at 34. We signed Rolando Castro to his contract. Remember, he was the consensus number 1, but he's injured. I don't know how I feel about that one. Speaking of injuries, we get Robbie Martin back from injury, so we get our rookie from last year back with the squad. That's a good thing. Fortunately, though, we lose Game 3 6-1. Miller did not have a good series. He's not had a good post-All-Star break. He got 5 earned in 3 1/3 in this series. Next episode, we will reach the trade deadline, but we'll also take a look at 2 series, a 3-game trip to Baltimore for returning home for an interleague showdown with the Mets. And, of course, we'll cover everything to do with the trade deadline. I know it was an action-packed episode, this one. Next episode will also be action-packed. A good week here for A's on the channel that you don't want to miss. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.